Good morning, beautiful souls, beautiful brave hearts. It's Tora coming to you from a magical morning, a Friday morning, here on the east coast of Australia. I'm at Bella Beach, which is roughly about halfway between Sydney and Brisbane. So it's about a 5-hour drive from Sydney and about a 4-hour drive from Brisbane. And it's a magical morning, and this time out in the sun, out in nature, breathing deeply, moving my body, sitting in stillness, and in a meditation, and just really inviting new frequencies, new energies in. And I am a New World practitioner, and I have the beautiful honor of welcoming beautiful souls, beautiful clients into my space. And these men and women are often on a journey of looking for healing. And typically these beautiful men and women have been on this journey for at least 10 years. And you know, this journey of healing is such an interesting one. And in the Western world that we've been conditioned and indoctrinated into, this idea that healing is in a pill, is in a treatment, coming from the outside. And what I'm learning more and more through embodied knowledge, through time and distance in this work, and this work is not really work for me, it's really my passion, it's my purpose, it's my creation in this life, is taking these beautiful souls on a journey within. And it's a journey of really addressing our whole being, and it's a journey of unlocking, unblocking, and really finding the healer, the brave heart, the warrior, the goddess or the god within. And it's a journey that I'm experiencing, and especially experiencing this week. It's like a journey of initiation. And you know, especially people who are very much steeped in the Western medical system, there are such thick walls of beliefs, of really this resistance that, you know, in order to heal, in order to go within, it's coming from an external layer. And you know, the beautiful tools and practices that I have to work with, and I've been, you know, on this journey of becoming this level of practitioner for at least 20 years, and can really now say that I have the incredible tools in my toolkit. And the deepest change, and really the healing that I see with my clients is since I've really committed to my own healing journey on such a deep level, not letting anything stay hidden. And you know, as I deeply fall and love and I honor and understand myself, and you know, this journey of healing can actually be quite painful at first, and it's really looking at our pain, at our shadows, looking at the unconscious belief that we have you know, kept in our tissues and in our whole biology since we are very little, to then really, you know, beneath that darkness, the pain, the sharpness, the locking, the blocking, and this locking and blocking really to stay safe. And looking at those things and really realizing that they are our greatest gifts and our greatest teachers. And then, you know, by really looking in them and loving them, loving all the parts of us, understanding them deeply, that's actually where the healing comes. And it's a journey of trusting, it's a journey of going deep within. And in that unblocking, and rather than resisting it and fighting it, and you know, these things have really kept us alive as a child, as a young person. And you know, unless we actually address them on a really deep level, the universe keeps sending us the same lessons. So transcending that and really changing our being, our frequency being, our energy being, and our physical being takes courage to go deep within, to acknowledge, to lovingly embrace, and then to do the work. And the work is not discipline, it's not being hard. The work is actually learning to love all those parts of us. Good morning, Michelle, beautiful, lovely to have you here. So learning to understand all those parts of us And when we understand them, then lovingly bringing a different love and a different frequency to them, and then we are actually able to transcend them, and then they have a different meaning. So it's really about sort of disarming that. And this journey with my client, we're on day 5 and it's our final day. She's leaving tomorrow morning. So we every morning, I'll just give you an idea of what our morning practice is, or of what our day, our perfect day looks like that we're creating. So in the morning, when we wake up, we have some beautiful warm black diamond, which is an amazing high vibrational humic fulvic concentrate. It has so much light energy. It puts micronutrients into the cell, and it takes a lot of toxins out, 3 times to 1 actually taking toxins out. So we have that in our body, and we really do that mindfully and consciously, and then we breathe deep into our body and we scan our body, we scan our beings, asking, inviting our body to speak to us. For the first time, quite often, my clients have this experience of, wow, look, like different parts, and especially if there's challenges, if there's a stage 1, 2, 3, or 4 inflammation, those parts really starting to open up and to speak to us. So we are with our body, just lovingly spending time. And once we've done that, then we go out into nature. So we go for a beautiful walk, or we go for a beautiful swim. And behind me here, you can see there's like a little lagoon, which is very, very, very safe. So you can actually walk in water, and we also do a sand scrub. And a sand scrub is where you sit in the water and you take a little bit of sand and you just gently exfoliate the skin, and the skin becomes beautiful and healthy and luscious and plump. And we have iodine, we have beautiful minerals that are infused into the skin, and it's also very grounding. So in our current situation, we are surrounded by a lot of electric energy, frequency fields. We kind of pretty much live in a microwave. So when we are in the ocean and we are grounding, we are really allowing that charge to drop out of our body and our natural frequency to be activated. And the well-being of a cell and the well-being of a healthy functioning body actually depends on the charge of our cells. So when a cell is in integrity and it's in its full functioning capacity, it has a very high voltage, an electrical charge. And through this week, what we really have done, we've touched every part of our being. So we've grounding into nature, we're taking the radiation, we're taking the stress out of our body, and then we're nourishing our body. So when we go back home in about half an hour, then we have some beautiful green juices. So green juices which are really alkalizing, it takes toxins out of the body, it really revitalizes the body cell with micronutrients, and it just has this beautiful osmotic effect. And especially in the morning when our body is really in a healing frequency, a detoxification frequency, it really supports the liver to do that in a really loving way. And for a lot of people, and especially this client, like that was quite, wow, you want me to drink juice again and more juice, and it's just really, the body almost has a little tug of war before it surrenders. First our mind plays that game, and then as we shed the layers and we go deeper within, then we just see the different elements in which our body tries to resist, and remembering in a loving way that the body's just doing this because it's learned to resist, to fight, to have a thick shell of protection in order to survive. And then comes the really beautiful part, and then we embark in a gorgeous space, and I've created a gorgeous space. We have beautiful oils burning, we have beautiful music, and it's crystals, we have beautiful magic cards, oracle cards. And then we embark on our morning rituals. And these morning rituals are body medicine, it's soul medicine. It's really feeding the parts of our being and going to those parts that have never been touched. And we start with taking some really deep breaths, some line hard breaths, 6 seconds in, holding a minute at the top and 7 seconds out. And you can actually try that yourself. It gets you immediately into the parasympathetic nervous system. And it's just, 3 deep breaths like that. If you're feeling a little bit stressed, if you're feeling a little bit of anxious or anxiety, or if you find yourself in a situation where you don't want to be, it's a beautiful place to actually ground back into yourself, taking these 3 life-changing breath. And it's something that you can have with you. It's free, it doesn't cost anything, and it really gives us our power back and gets us back into our bodies and into our hearts, into our parasympathetic nervous system, which is so important. And then we do belly button therapy. And belly button therapy is a very ancient healing modality, and it's actually brilliant the way Dr. Wolf has created this. And what we do, we take a belly button wand, and we actually, it's like I say, it's like taking a trip into our internal being. Sorry, I dropped out. I'm back again. So we're talking about belly button therapy. So it's really a trip into our inner being, and in our belly button is where 77,000 nerve endings are in our body. And they say that when we are formed in conception, this is actually where our spirit comes first into the body. And it's also the connection to our vagus nerve. And our vagus nerve is really the governing channel to our nervous system. And everything that our body does in this automated nervous system, our heart beats, our digestion, all that we swallow, we breathe air, we do all those different things are really embedded within that. And opening up from the umbilicus and going into our sacred center is an incredible journey. And I've seen near miracles happen in this process. If we really love and honor, and we actually embark on this beautiful process every day. So on the first day, we start very gently in the umbilicus area, and we go all around the sun. And so we go, start very on the bottom right, right, up the top towards the liver, the gallbladder. So we go all around. And it's just this opening up, this deepening into our being. It just opens up every part of who we are. And by opening up, what can often happen, I actually feel myself getting quite emotionally. I've gone very deep with my belly button therapy this week myself, taking my client on this journey, is that it just really shows us deeply who we are and actually what's possible. So for me, it is unlocked and unblocked. It's unlocked and a lot of wisdom, a lot of intuition, and a lot of feeling. And being on this healing, on this self-discovery, self-loving journey for a long time, this deep sense of feeling. It's just so beautiful, to be human, to be alive, and to be present in the current moment, and to have this feeling of actually co-creating with Source, with the divine, and and then sharing this gift with other people is just so magical. So we do the belly button therapy, and we spend a good 5 minutes on each part of the different sections. And even having the patients being so patient with ourselves. And when we are patient with ourselves, we don't become the patient. So there's a little tip for you. And after the belly button therapy, we then go into clapping. And clapping is incredible. It's like a little thunderbolt of lightning, a loving vibration that wakes up all of the parts of our being. So with blood, lymphatic circulation, really unlocking deep within us. And we clap every part that is physically possible. And at the beginning, I see, my beautiful clients do it very gently, very softly. But towards the end, it's really a celebration. It becomes, they're sort of jumping around, they're laughing, there's a new energy, vitality, there's a part of themselves they're actually feeling and just celebrating for the very, very first time. And then after the clapping, we do a thing called rolling. So we have a beautiful myofascial foam roller, and then we gently roll all the tissues, all the fascia of our body. And it's such a beautiful way to do a self-check-in, to look how everything is going. For me, it's just a really knowing what things are tight, what things need loving attention, and rolling all the different parts. And in doing that, it's really the best, it's one of the best things of maintenance. I've always been a very fit person, a very athletic person. It's something that's allowed me to be fitter and stronger and more vital and more flexible. I'm about to be 50, and I'm in the best shape of my life that I have ever been. And the best shape of my life, and it actually occurred to me a couple of nights ago, when I go to sleep, I have this beautiful process of actually going within, breathing, and I do my belly button therapy lying down. And I had this realization that, checking on my body, how is it feeling? And it's actually feeling the fittest, the leanest, the best functioning, elimination, circulation, activation, everything is so beautiful. But it's coming from a place of softness, of loving, of honouring. I used to smash this body. I used to run 10, 15 Ks every day to be fit, be lean. I used to starve myself like there's no tomorrow. I just wanted the physical pain to be so much stronger to shadow the emotional pain that I was feeling. And it was such a struggle. I was just torturing myself. You know, it came from such a point of hardship and I was really cruel to myself. And you know, it's like I just had that moment of just really seeing the two sides, the yin and the yang, the dark and the light. And when we lovingly choose the light, it's just this incredible, beautiful journey. And then there's no going back, because we are here, we've healed, we've transcended, we've understood, we've embodied in our soma, in every part of our being, we've understood this beautiful journey of what it is to come home to ourselves. So after the rolling, then we do the pelvic squats, and the pelvic squats is a beautiful activation. You know, in Eastern philosophy, we say, you know, the function of our hips, or the health of our hips, really governs the health of the rest of our body. And you've probably seen, you know, if you have travelled to Asia, even when you eliminate, when you go to the bathroom, you are squatting. So squatting is such a big part of that function of our sacrum, our sacred space, to be open, to be speaking, to be, you know, a sacral pump, to be connection with the rest of our body. And squatting really keeps us young. So we do this beautiful process in all different positions, and it's magical. And then we move on to the crab stretch, and the crab stretch is basically doing like a tabletop, leaning back, opening the heart, opening the chest, and it builds a lot of strength in the upper body. It really opens our heart space, opens our rib cage. In our modern time, we are, you know, very much forwards. We're driving, we're sitting at a desk, we're sort of stuck in contraction, and it really counteracts that muscle creep. It really opens up, but it also has the beautiful strengthening. And then in that we do some beautiful neck rotations, really opening up everything in the upper part of our body. And just, you know, things first are like quite crunchy, and some of my clients can barely have any movement in the neck to begin with, but then after a while we do these beautiful trips around the sun, and everything starts opening and flowing, which is just magic. Then we do a little bit of core work, which is sort of when we sit back into the crab stretch and we really activate our core, and you know, get some heat, get some fire going, and this beautiful fire of really feeling our bodies, and it's like burning the old things away. It has this beautiful transcending effect, and you know, doing it over an amount of days, you know, my clients' bodies just don't even look the same. It's just such a joy to witness them in this way. It's absolutely magic. And then we do some more lined heart breathing. So we do it sort of in a sitting or in a standing position, and really activate the oxygenation, really get the life force into the body, really strong breaths, and just fill ourselves up with love, with light, with energy, with healing, vitality. And next comes the really beautiful part, which is actually a meditation. And the meditation that I've been practicing for a long time, and that I use with my clients, is actually we call it the Watcher meditation, and it's really watching ourselves, being very still with ourselves. So I do a beautiful grounding process where I take my client all the way through their body, through every part of their body, and intuitively I can see where tension is being held. I can see on their physical being, you know, when there's more constriction. And then I take them through this beautiful release, visualization release. And, you know, we talk about, you know, when thoughts come and when thoughts go, how to manage that, and just keep coming back into our heart space, and keep coming back and softly breathing into the belly, the rise and the fall of the belly. And it's just so magical. And on the first day, I just really lovingly unblock. I take everything very, very, very slow. So the first day we start with 10 minutes, then with 20 minutes, then with 30 minutes, then with 40 minutes. And today's meditation is going to be 50 minutes. And in this meditation, I introduce the meditation with some beautiful music, and then it's completely silent, it's completely quiet. And in that meditation, I actually just sit and I hold space with my client. I do my own meditation in the morning, and I have massive downloads are starting to, it's like the medicine is working through me, which is just so magical. Medicine for myself, medicine for others, for my family, and just really tuning into the world is just, yeah, it's just absolutely gorgeous. So I hold space for my clients, and just with my eyes closed, and sometimes, you know, if I see their bodies are uncomfortable, then I sort of adjust them in a really loving way. But I'm finding that then this is really where I get the downloads. Really, what are the messages? What are the treatments? What are the things that when we do our afternoon session, what are the things that really their body, their subconscious, their spirit, their soul, what is it saying to me? And this particular client that I'm working with, she's quite closed and resistant, and she's sort of been, you know, had this shell of protection, this big shell of protection on her whole life. And yesterday, throughout the meditation, I was just sitting there really opening, just in a beautiful process, just being with the light and just shedding that light on her. All of a sudden I had a big download of a lot of tears and a lot of emotion, and it was just so beautiful. And after that, when we finish the meditation, we do an exercise of rubbing our hands together and just putting heat and warmth and just really feeling igniting our healing frequency. So rubbing the hands together, and we start by breathing through the eyes and then all the rest of the body, then intuitive placing the hands first on the body and then away from the body. And you know, we are bowls of energy, light, frequency, vibration, and then just seeing that ignite, and that they sort of, you know, feel that for the first time is just so beautiful. Yeah, so at the end of that, then we just gently open our eyes, blink our eyes open, come back to ourselves, and then look at the candle and just have this relationship of, you know, this sort of the world that we are all at one. You know, we live in such a dualistic world, but you know, we are actually all one, and that beautiful experience, that coming back to self through that candle experience. And then intuitively, I put a deck of cards out for my clients every morning, and then, you know, we sit with that candle for 5 or 7 minutes and just really processing the rest of the beautiful healing practices that we've experienced. And then we draw a card, and we sit with that card for a little while, and then we share the meaning of the card. And I tell you, these cards are spot on. These cards are always spot on. It's just absolutely magical and amazing. And then afterwards, I invite my clients to share some downloads and realizations and messages, and yeah, just really connecting and feeling just really what the body's saying, and just getting into our heart, connecting with our soul and connecting into feeling. And this particular day where I had this release, she actually shared with me that she, for the first time, she really felt her heart opening. And you know, what can I say? My work is done. It's just so beautiful. It's just so beautiful, and it's such an honor. And then after that, we have a little break. We have a little shake up. We have a little dance. We have an integration, and then we have a beautiful blender drink. And then we actually have a break. We have a rest, and then we have a beautiful rainbow salad, a really light lunch. Sometimes there's eggs. There's something, you know, just really depending. I really tailor it around my client's experience. This specific beautiful woman I'm working with, she's very specific about what she wants and what she doesn't want, and I just honor that, because sometimes, you know, if we haven't had a lot of control in our lives, that is actually really important. And rather than being another one who actually battles against, just inviting her to lovingly, openly see herself, see the things, see the patterns that keep replicating, and just lovingly looking at them, giving them a different meaning and diffusing them. And then after lunch, we have another little rest or a little walk to the beach or something like that. And then we have the afternoon session. And the afternoon session is a combination of, and it's, you know, quite prescriptive in some cases where, you know, someone comes to me with a diagnosis or a condition or some pain or a dysfunction or a mobility issue or something like that. And then we go through, I have beautiful energy medicine. So I have the Cell Sonic, which is the most incredible device, putting 25,000 volts of lightning. It's actually a sound pulse, an energy pulse into the cell, and it lifts the charge of the cell back to its healthy function. And we work specifically on an area, and much more intuitively now as well than when I was beginning. So we have the Cellsonic, and I also do the Wolf non-surgical deep tissue body work, which is the most powerful transformational body work in the world. I've been a practitioner in the wellness space for over 20 years, and this really allows me to change your life. So with the Cellsonic, with the Wolf non-surgical body work, I also do lymphatic, I do other different things. But really unlocking, activating life force, healing energy, and really getting the body back to its function. And yesterday she sort of said we did a upper neck treatment. Sorry, my microphone. Did an upper neck treatment, and she said afterwards, she said, wow, it's the first time I actually haven't had a sense of my neck gripping and pain for years and years and years and years, and it's magical. But I from experience, I know that if someone just comes for it to be treated and does actually unlock and undress all those other things, those things don't last. So I always say to my clients, my job is to work with you, to find with you, to be like a detective, to go within, to look where the locks and the blocks are. But your job is then to lift your frequency, to learn to love yourself, to break the coconut from the inside out, and then drink that healing juice for the rest of your life. So it's a co-creation actually. And otherwise I find myself, I awake at night, I'm worrying about my clients. Are they healing? Are they not healing? Are they taking personal action? Are they actually doing their thing? But I'm really realizing much more. I'm just an activator. I'm a guide. I'm just someone who is really lights the candle for them, and shows them how to actually then take those gifts into the world. And it's healing, growing, evolving, transcending is a life's journey. And from my own experience, it's taken myself 50 years to actually truly, I've been always dancing around the edges. I've been too scared to really go within, to really what it takes to be my own healer, to take radical responsibility for every part of my life. And now that I'm really emptying out all that old stuff, and and then filling myself up with love, with joy, with intuition, with knowledge, and the toolkit that I have culminated over the last years. I never had this feeling of being ready, of being good enough, of being worthy, of actually service, of serving others. And by having this deep personal healing experience, and really just feeling the fear and doing it anyway, and every day challenging myself enough just to be a little bit scared, that's really the magic. And healing is an initiation. That's what I've decided. Healing is actually initiation. And sometimes we have to go to the edges. We have to go to our edges to actually experience that. And then, rather than falling, we catch ourselves with love, with looking all the parts of us, looking at the dark, looking at the light, looking at the scary stuff, looking at the childhood stuff. And that's, my beautiful souls, that's where the magic is. So let's go back to our day. So after my clients, after we finished the beautiful physical treatments or the energy medicine, then we have a beautiful relaxation room up the top, and some beautiful leather lounges that we can lay back. I lay them back with some green tea or some more juice or a blended drink, whatever their heart desires. And then I plug them into, as we call it, plugging in lovingly, into the other more energy medicine. So we have the Avicen, which is a beautiful cuff you put your hand into and activates healing incredibly. So it lifts microcirculation by 60 to 70%, and my clients share with me this experience of warming their whole body, their whole being, and it's so powerful after doing the deep Wolf non-surgical work or even the Cellsonic work. It's just absolutely magical. And then I also have the Biotron light, which is an incredible fullerene light, fullerene technology, and it just really goes into the cell, and it heals and diffuses and puts light energy frequency into the cell. And then I also have an ionic foot bath and have some other tricks that are available for specific situations and for specific clients. And then while they are in this beautiful frequency environment, then sometimes they love music, they want to listen or do some education about some things we've discussed, and then I prepare the evening meal, dinner, which is often a beautiful soups or a nourishing healing soup, another rainbow salad, or if a client has very specific needs and things. But the things I do not serve, I don't serve anything that has any preservatives, I don't serve any refined sugar, I don't serve anything that comes out of a package, I don't serve any red meat, and everything is organic or from a farmer's market. It's really honouring the source of its creation, and that's such an important part in nourishing this physical vessel. So that's what a day in the life of a personal treatment and training self-healing retreat with me looks like. And I offer 2 beautiful locations. So we have a beautiful house by the beach, by the Vella Beach, which is here. And we have another location. We live on a beautiful farm in Dorrigo, which is about an hour and a half out of Coffs Harbour, and it's quite an adventure. It's sort of 4 kilometres into a rainforest over a river, and it's in nature. And we've retrofitted a gorgeous container, a shipping container, a refrigerated shipping container. It's very simple but very luxurious. It has a beautiful bed and a lamp and a lounge, and you have your own toilet, shower and bathroom. And it's really in nature, like the stars in that place are just like nothing. My clients or our visitors just cannot believe the luminosity of the stars, and in the morning the birds, and you can't hear, you couldn't hear a car if you tried. There's actually no external noises. We've got sometimes a plane going over, but otherwise there are no external noises. And if you haven't experienced that in a long time, that's actually medicine in itself. It takes quite a while to unwind and to accumulate and realize, wow, nature, and how abundant nature is, the sounds of nature. And not nature, it's like having a sound bar. So if you would love to experience a personal treatment and training self-healing retreat, you can give me a call on 041 399 3493, or send me an email at Tora, T-H-O-R-A, at tklifestylesolutions.com, or www.tklifestylesolutions.com.au, and you can just send some information on there. And if you are a practitioner, or if you're somebody who really resonates, you have an inner calling like I had to step up, to really learn to love, honor yourself and respect yourself, and to actually share this work of healing, of unlocking, unblocking, and this life-changing work, and step into that as a New World practitioner and become a master trainer, we are offering courses. Dr. Darryl Wolf and the team we actually have done one world tour in 2023, and our next world tour kicks off in Ixtapa, Mexico, at a magical 4-diamond hotel. And it starts on the 8th of January, and these are life-changing, life-saving courses and master classes. Please go on to bhnuniversity.com or braveheartnation.com. I will put some links in here, and we kick off on the 8th of January. We are doing a health and a healing circle. We are doing the New World Practitioner training, where you learn to become your own practitioner and then also a New World practitioner in service of others. We're going to do the Wolf Non-Surgical, the world's most powerful bodywork training with Dr. Sage Wolf, and also the pain-free pelvis and disease prevention, which is only for women, honouring our beautiful sacred space, our ovarian palace. So if this has activated something within you, activated your own brave heart, please don't wait any longer. Life is so precious, and what I'm realizing every day, that our health is our greatest wealth, and our health, and to be alive, and to feel what it is to be alive in every cell of our being, and to share that with others, is truly the greatest gift. So I send you so much love wherever you are in the world, and if you need a loving hand, reach out to me or reach out to anyone on the team. I will put the links in this post, and please choose yourself. Life is so precious. Life is not a dress rehearsal. So take massive personal action, and remember, 1% over 100 days is you will be a completely new version of yourself. You are love. You are healed. You are a brave heart.